RudeNation, what's going on? How you doing? May is all over. It's June. This is, as per recording, June 1st. First of the month. June. We're going to have a fun June thing. But this is called Sherm Winging It until he realizes it's episode 184 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
You could have told me that. I had the notes open.
So did I, but the thing is, when you have the notes open, it doesn't say what the notes are.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I'm Tom.
And your boys are back.
Yes.
We are successfully out of Mario. I'm not going to say successfully. I'm going to say
it was successful.
Depressingly, because it was a good and it was a solid month of celebration for Mario, Super Mario 40. We did 2 RudeBoyz Go to the Movies. We had the whole month of May on our Instagram, out and about, all about that portly little plumber, Mario himself, Mario.
You held it down.
I did, and the nation held it down with me. You know, we reached out for the nation. We got some great input. We got some posts out there. We appreciate all of that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
I was utterly useless.
Nah, stop. Tommy, who do we got in our mouth?
We have our good friends at the Arizona company, some green tea ginseng with honey.
Yes. We're in our sober era right now. And we might talk about this later, but
give it a month.
No. I've learned this May, or this year so far, I've got some baggage. And I don't realize the baggage is there until the baggage comes out. So I think your boy needs to take a step away from the drinky, the adult beverage, if you will. And Tommy's taking that journey with me. And so that's why right now we are celebrating Arizona green tea, still $1 at places.
Yeah.
You know, they do not cowtail. They do not bend the knee.
Yeah.
To the Cheeto Lord.
I saw the cans of these at the supermarket today, 69 cents.
Nice.
Yeah. Boing. Alright,
that works too.
That works.
So let's start it up.
Yeah.
Arizona green tea.
We may have to get glasses so we can clink.
I was looking at. I have to look in for whatever. This is the one thing about Arizona green tea, and I don't know if because I buy them in bulk. Let me rephrase that, because they deliver them in bulk because we're such big fans. Did it get a little aftertasty, right? Or is it just me? No? Maybe it's just me. All right.
Yeah.
All right. It's still a delicious product. Arizona green tea, 100% natural, no preservatives, synthetic color, or artificial flavor. Get it now, 100 cents, $1.
And a good price.
Yes, absolutely. So, Nation, like we said at the top of the show, we are finished with Mario 40. Something I do want to talk about real quick was we reached out to the nation, like I said, and I did explain this on our Instagram that we were going to give a little extra love to the Rude Nation for Mario 40. And one of our listeners, Mr. Mike Brennan, that's a little on the nose. Let's call him M. Brennan. Yeah, I fucked that up.
It's not like you do any editing, so guess what? His Christian name is out there.
That's a Simpsons joke. They're like, Lisa S. That's 2 on the nose. How about L. Simpson? But either way, I fucked it up. I gave both names. I just wanted to talk about what he said, because he wrote me a whole thing. This boy loves him some Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, the SNES version. So I don't think you played the Switch version, which you can attest to you did not enjoy. But it's perfectly fine.
I did not, and I won't shit on it.
Okay.
Like some other games I don't enjoy.
That you do shit on? You just wanted to talk about. I just wanted to give him the. He gave us a lot of stuff to talk about, so I just wanted to share that with the nation. The weapon mechanics, collecting coins, and actually using them to purchase items and weapons. And I mean, the music was just so great, dude. I know I've said it already, but oh man, getting to the cloud, Nimbus Land, and pirate ship, Booster's Castle, they didn't give any of the characters' voices, which was nice. Like Mario, just act out when he was upset or worried, but like running around in a circle or like fainting, you know? I did not read this ahead of time, so I apologize if it sounds like a rant.
Because it is.
But I love him, man. He gave us a lot of love for the Mario 40, so I need to do it. Second paragraph. in that aspect, it was very much pre-Super Mario World. You know, like it reminded me of the first 3 Super Mario Brothers games. I mean, Mario didn't speak in Super Mario World, but I guess I'm thinking more Mario 64. The items fucking rock candy, man. Shit was awesome, and I feel like Final Fantasy is so big, or a Super Mario RPG was just like the right size. You know, there was just enough items, that was just enough weapons. You can go a little further if you want to, but you don't have to. The rantings of a madman aside, he's got a good point. Mm-hmm. Like, Super Mario RPG was, I think... Was it my first RPG? It depends when I played Pokemon, but I would say it's probably my first RPG. And I can definitely attest to that it is a very easy RPG. Granted, there's mechanics out there that are really fucking batshit crazy. But it's very accessible, because I've played some legit... Well, I've played Final Fantasies on baby mode, but, like... And I played Earthbound, so, like, that's, you know, a little more harder to
Earthbound
fucking handle.
Fucking wackadoo game.
Absolutely, it absolutely is. I wouldn't have played it if it didn't come out on Wii U. And lo and behold, it did, and I played it, and it was like, okay, that's a fucking RPG. But it is very accessible, and it is a very good Mario game.
Right.
Probably one of the best Mario RPGs, outside of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and Mario & Luigi. Come at me. In addition, Nation, we reached out to you last... Well,
sorry.
We reached out to you last episode, and we wanted to get your thoughts on your GTA memories. Because, with all this hullabaloo that GTA 5 came out 10 years ago. I'm talking about GTA 6. GTA 6
is now
coming... is supposedly coming out March of next year. Or May? I don't remember. But our boy TJ reached out to us in the Discord, bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord. And our boy TJ says, in regards to the latest episode of the Power Hour and my own thoughts on the GTA franchise, I wasn't allowed to play it until I turned 18. Shout out to my good parents. And yeah, I much prefer just causing chaos to doing the campaign. Mm-hmm. I remember starting up the GTA 5 story, digging it somewhat, but after I created my character in GTA Online, I never looked back. I never got too deep into missions or earning money in GTA Online. I just like to rob convenience stores and get to 4 or 5 stars every time. So yeah, I guess my thoughts are pretty on par with the RudeBoyz. There you go. Now, Nation, we're going to have a new question out for the Nation, which you should probably come up with a better line, but whatever. We're going to have a new interactive segment later in the show. So, stay tuned for that. But I digress.
I thought you wanted me to mention I was doing something else.
What were you mentioning?
I thought you wanted me to mention the question, but
no, we're going to mention the question.
Okay.
We're gonna have a little tease. We're gonna have a little tease because I feel like we got to talk about what the question talks about, and then we'll get into it. But
gotcha.
We will forget. But now that we're sober brain, we might not.
I also wrote it down.
I know. Remember, I said I was like, we got to write this down because we're gonna forget. So, and that's why I wanted to get these things out because I was gonna forget them. Mm-hmm. And see, here we go. Sober brain, man. This is full brain thinking right now for your boys.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tommy, we've quenched our thirst.
Yes.
We've talked to the Nation. What do we got? What do we got on the docket?
So we have comic, like some comic book news actually.
Mm-hmm. Pretty big comic book news.
Oh, Logan. What did you do?
What did he do?
So there is a comic coming out. It's called Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Yes.
And it
which harkens back. They had a mini-series, right? Back in the day? Right. Which is where Spider-Man killed his first person.
Working with Wolverine, why not?
Yeah, that was like a big, That was like that was like an out-of-canon thing, but it became canon,
right.
If I remember correctly. I'm sorry. I'm steamrolling.
Never.
Go ahead.
Never. So this... This starts with where apparently a old associate of Wolverine's approaches him and says that I guess spies for S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra, those files are going to be let out.
Okay.
Like, who were spies for who, and who did what.
Okay.
It's apparently revealed that Wolverine killed Spider-Man's parents. So that should be interesting.
Oh boy.
Which, let's face facts, though they weren't very good parents.
Like, who cares about
It's
parents?
just, it's drama.
I guess,
they need,
but like,
you know,
good
it's
Lord.
something that they haven't. You're getting the two big names together.
Yeah, but you could do that
You know,
so many other ways.
And, like,
my
in the
God.
panel, you see Wolverine's face like, huh, shit.
Like,
Yeah, I need to make sure this shit doesn't get out.
You're doing like a Captain America Civil War thing.
Essentially, yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be like, but he was brainwashed.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But those
It
were
was-
life model decoys. That didn't really happen.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We'll, maybe your boys will check it out because it is okay or not.
I think that stinks. I'm sorry.
Well, I was thinking we could maybe check it out in graphic novel.
That is
form.
our boys. I get it.
That is both of our boys in one comic together. And yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
There are better ways of doing it.
Yes.
There could be, how would you do it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not an ideas man. I don't know. You did it already in the 90s or the 80s. I'm actually going to look that up right now. If you have access to that, we could do a little book club about that. I think it's just called Wolverine and Spider-Man or something.
Dude,
like
we're
that.
still doing the Frank Miller.
Yeah, we got to get back. I got to get back to that. I know. Listen, I'm setting up content, brother. It's
Okay, brother. God damn.
Yeah, I think that stinks. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's not great. It does look like
There's one volume, which means there's gonna be multiple volumes. I'm looking at.
It does look like Bagley's Spider-Man, though.
It's not. I know what you're talking about.
No. Of the new one that they showed, like the cover.
Maybe.
I'm sure it's not gonna do well.
No way to know.
Yeah.
No way to know. I'm sure it's gonna do great, actually, because it's got the two heavy hitters.
Yeah. So yeah, that's hitting this summer. The other thing that's hitting in the summer is get ready for Batpool.
Yeah.
Batman and Deadpool are going to be doing a.
Did you say Batman?
Batman and
But
Deadpool.
he's DC.
Well, yeah, because remember they're also
What?
doing another Marvel and DC crossover.
Well, yeah, they're doing Batman and Deadpool.
Right. Back in the 80s, they did do a bunch of these.
Oh, yes.
Like the X-Men and the Teen Titans, which honestly should have been New Mutants and Teen Titans.
Well,
Which probably would have worked better, in my opinion.
X-Men and Teen Titans, you said?
X-Men and Teen Titans.
Well,
yeah.
weren't the Teen Titans like hot? Then they were like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this is our fucking team right
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? So that's probably why.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to do Justice League Avengers or something,
Yeah.
maybe that's. But yeah, I understand.
They've done Justice League Avengers.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So who would the X-Men team up with back then?
Back then,
Yeah. Don't say
question.
Doom Patrol. But yeah, no, this is
Justice League International.
So, coming off the heels of the that came out earlier this year, or late last year, I forget, the DC Marvel omnibuses, which was all the collections, and then all the collections in the Amalgam universe. They were talking, they were hinting, they were speaking, and lo and behold, this is what's happening. So DC is going to do their own Batman Deadpool one shot, and Marvel's doing their own Deadpool Batman one shot, which is pretty cool. Cool creative teams on both sides.
Is Jim Lee drawing?
Names? No, I think he might do the cover.
That'd be cool.
But I mean, don't get me wrong; they both have great writers. I know Zdarsky's doing the Marvel side.
Okay.
Great writers, great artists on both ends.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like a slam dunk, but yeah, listen, it's quite easy for it to get fucked up.
Yeah, So the outfit that Batman's wearing, that's like his current one that he's wearing. I dig that. Like, it's very much like Hush.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like it's got the black bat and like I don't know. It's definitely better than that absolute Batman costume.
I mean, I dig the absolute Batman costume. I think it's different enough, and
I mean, I like the fact that the bat is a battle axe.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Like
Fuck
that,
yeah, bro.
I saw that pat. I was like, huh? Wasn't expecting that.
Fuck
to
yeah,
happen.
bro. But that's exciting.
Yeah.
And that is a crossover with hopefully more crossovers to speak of coming out of the two big comic book companies. And if you're excited about that, Nation, wait till the end of the show. What else we got, Tommy?
Fucking frack'em suck'em.
Frack'em suck'em.
Always these fucking downers.
Yeah. We got some in memoriams.
R.I.P. Peter David, who is a very well-known comic book writer and artist.
Mm-hmm.
He is mainly known for his Incredible Hulk run.
Yes, because he did like the Professor Hulk sort of stuff.
Professor Hulk, yeah,
Future Imperfect.
Yep,
he Maestro.
Yep, and he also did a lot of the like Bruce Banner being like the Wandering Man. Then he also X Factor.
X Factor, yes.
The Havoc team.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, and then later came back when it was X Factor in Investigations, led by Multiple Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, also a co-creator of Spider-Man 2099.
Yes.
Which is a. This is. I was telling my girlfriend about this, where there are situations where, and I forget who the creator was.
Mm-hmm.
But I now know it was Peter David because this was spoken about when it happened, how Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was killing it in the box office, and Peter David's family was setting up a GoFundMe to help him get through his the twilight of his life. That's kind of the shit you see in coming out of the comic book industry.
Right.
That creators aren't celebrated like they, I don't want to say used to, because obviously if it was Stanley, or if you look at the whole creators of Batman, like Bob Kane, great, and Bill Finger, like there's always, who else did this, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think people forget that, and people don't celebrate that enough because of corporate greed. I was going to say it that way.
I agree with you.
And like as much belly aching as you can get from Rob Liefeld, he does the soapbox he's standing on has some merit. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like they could be treating their creators better, and I know even still currently they don't treat their creators great. Like a lot of these big two, I know Marvel's a lot worse than DC. They don't really pay their, I don't want to call them freelancers, but their independent artists or whatever.
Right.
They don't really do that shit, which is real scummy. But I hate to see it. I did, and I am, and I'm in the process of tracking down Peter David's 25-issue Scarlet Spider run.
Okay.
Because I like the character.
Right. Is it Ben Reilly or Kane?
It's Ben Reilly.
Okay.
What? And he, this is a posthumous purchase for me. So I want to. I don't think I've ever actually read any Peter David stuff off the top of my head.
Right.
I might have read a collection, or he did write a story and such. But I'd like to see it. Apparently, because it comes out of the Clone Conspiracy storyline, so it deals with Ben Reilly's fucking fucked up brain.
Right.
Which I would like to read that. So. It's on its way. Mm-hmm. When it comes, I will read it and give my thoughts on that.
Good.
But are we going to clink and thud to him now, or are we going to wait until we have to clink and thud to someone else?
Well, we have one more.
All right, we got one more.
George Wendt.
George Wendt.
Best known as Norm. From Cheers. No, he didn't voice Ham, right? No, he did voice Ham.
No, wasn't that Ratzenberger? Oh, no, Ratzenberger was Ratzenberger was Potato Head.
Right,
George Wendt.
I believe he did voice Ham.
But most the RudeBoyz power plus. Not seeing him on here.
Most well known for
Norm.
Yeah,
on Cheers. And in SNL, where he played the Bears.
Oh yes, yeah.
Bob Swirsky.
That was.
That's a good mid '90s bit they did.
Oh wow, he wasn't even in.
Was not in Toy Story, no.
No, and it wasn't even John Ratzenberger who did Mr. Potato Head. That was Don Rickles.
Oh, yeah, now I hear him.
John Ratzenberger did Ham.
Ah.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We're terrible.
We're terrible.
We like to...
We should hire someone to be our fact checker.
That means we gotta pay.
No, we don't. We can pay an experience, much like everyone in corporate America gets away with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, he was also in like movies like he was in a lot of cheesy comedies. Like he was in Fletch.
Yeah.
Never seen, by the way.
Never seen it either.
I'm not a big Chevy Chase fan.
I can definitely see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's Peter David, George Wendt. We drink to you. We salute to you. Rest in power. Thud it up. Can we do a better thud? Because this is like... Hold on. Put the lid back on.
Okay.
We're going to hit... Why do we always have to ruin this? I was just going to say something not kosher. Let's just... All right, ready? But no, you... All right, let me hit... Let me do this. Don't move. Ready? There we go. Rest in power. Why do we always ruin it somehow, some way?
We're fucking terrible people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jesus Christ.
So,
oh my God. Too fucking funny.
So what have we been up to, Tommy? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I have been up to...
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do your homework.
What's that? I thought you wanted to do a whole episode of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, I figured you had time.
Wow, I'm just made of time. I'm just the time for it.
You were off Friday, dude. Dude, you could have banged those 3 movies out in one day.
Yeah, but would I want to?
They're fun.
All right, well, tell us about them, Tom. You're keeping us in suspense.
I guess we'll hold up now.
No.
I guess we'll just hold up on
Talk about them.
Definitely hold. They definitely hold. Like I've only seen the first one.
Explain what you watched.
You fucking mentioned it twice. You
I know,
fuck.
but I'm.
I watched How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, okay.
I've only seen the first one in theaters.
Uh-huh.
Actually, think about it, I've only seen the first one.
Okay. I think I've only seen the first one.
This came about, I was just like, it was like after the NXT that was on last week.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, I want to watch How to Train Your Dragon.
Right, I got you. You're already on the cock.
Let me pop that gummy.
Okay.
So, as Battleground was finishing, kicked it.
Okay, perfect timing. Okay.
Definitely don't like Jay Birchall's voice.
Now he does
Hiccup,
the main
character, yeah.
Right.
And America Ferrari plays Astrid. George Butler voices the dad.
Right. Gerard Butler.
I said Gerard Butler.
Pretty sure I said George Butler.
Yeah, maybe. I got George Wendt on the brain still.
I got you. As we all do, man.
Yeah.
Rest in power.
Which is great because in the live action they actually got Gerard Butler to play him. Which I was like, I mean, really, what's Gerard Butler doing anyway?
What is Gerard Butler? Is he waiting on that Gamer sequel or 300 Part 2 or?
I don't know.
There was a 300 Part 2, wasn't there?
Yeah, he wasn't in it
because he died. Yeah. Well, it could have been a prequel.
I wasn't.
Well, they could have made one.
Eva Green was in that one.
Eva Green was in that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to say too much until you watch them. If you're gonna fucking watch them, or you're gonna fucking bail out because this is one of my ideas.
Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's list all the game clubs we've botched.
I'm notoriously not good at video games.
Okay, and I'm notoriously pretty good at dropping out of things. So,
Craig Miller, Daredevil, proven
listen,
it's just busting.
I know,
busting.
A bust.
Kate Blanchett ends up coming in the second one.
Okay.
But yeah, you have like your Jonah Hill.
You excited to watch the live action one?
You know what? The live action, like, seeing the scenes, I'm like, it's just a shot for shot. Like,
that's what I've heard, yeah.
It doesn't look bad. The kid they got to play Hiccup is, I actually like him. He's, he was in The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke.
Right, okay.
Which is a horror movie.
Yeah, wasn't he like a ghost boy, or he
was
the real boy?
He was getting trained by ghost boys to escape a child killer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Much different than what he's about to be in.
Yes, yeah.
Right, okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't see it in theaters.
So you watched them all?
Uh-huh.
All right. So did you have some favorite arcs? I'm sure you had a great time, but like, did you enjoy the arcs? Like,
oh yeah, no.
Did you feel like it was a good trilogy? Like it flew through? Did you feel like it was 3 different stories?
No, it flowed. Like, you know, there was always like a different antagonist.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't really buy the third antagonist. I was just like, kind of a dud.
Right, okay.
Right. Yeah, definitely watch them, whether you talk about them on air or not. I don't give a shit. It's fun. They're fun movies.
Do it or not, I don't fucking care. Like, that's basically what that was. Like,
yeah.
You do you, bro.
Whatever. You do you. You know, you watch it, you don't. You watch it cool, you don't. Whatever. Try to do something cute and fun.
I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
Actually, that's not true. You did deal with my Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, I feel like I watched. Didn't I watch more Hotel Transylvanias than you? So
I watched 2 of them.
I watched 2 of them also.
And then we watched the 4th one here.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
I didn't watch the 3rd one.
I didn't. Oh, neither did I. So you must watch. So we watched the same amount of Hotel Transylvania.
Oh.
That's great. And we did a whole episode based off that. Oh my god, the commitment level was strong.
It was.
Well, for you, it is. For me, the brain is there. I just don't do it. You know. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Not watch How to Train Your Dragon.
You should.
You know what I did watch?
What?
Watched Hot Fuzz. Watched Hot Fuzz last night.
Mm-hmm.
Seen Hot Fuzz multiple times. I love that little movie. I went back to our episode 75 of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Okay.
Talking about our perfect movies.
Okay.
And on my list, I couldn't pull the episode up because I guess it's just too far into the internet. I had to fucking deep dive.
Right.
You know, had to like, I don't know, go into the cyberspace like a superhero and, you know, surf the bandwidth waves.
Okay.
To get this file, but whatever. I put on my list Shaun of the Dead, which I really do like Shaun of the Dead, and I feel like my thoughts, and I would love to go back and listen to that episode again when I have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert, I won't. I would like to see if my thoughts mirror what I'm about to say right now.
Okay.
I think Shaun of the Dead is a perfect movie. That doesn't mean to say I might like Hot Fuzz better at points, if that makes sense. I feel like Shaun of the Dead, because Jen saw it too for the first time, she likes Shaun of the Dead better. And I think because Shaun of the Dead has just a better, easily more understandable story. It's a zombie movie.
Yes.
Whereas Hot Fuzz is cop action, buddy cop homage, and then there's also cult stuff, you know, kind of sprinkled in throughout.
Yes.
I think that might get better through every watch viewing that I have of any of the Cornetto trilogy.
Okay.
I think Edgar Wright might be a favorite director of mine.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really think of a real stinker yet. I've seen all his movies. Right? Because he's only had like 6 out in theaters as of right now.
He's had these 3.
These 3, Scott Pilgrim, Last Night in Soho, and Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Right? I can't think of another movie he put out, but I could be mistaken. Regardless, kind of like his vibe. I think, though, the Cornetto trilogy is fantastic.
Yeah, I can't make it through the 3rd one.
How come? just never did.
I just don't vibe with it.
I can understand that, and I was even telling Jen, I was like, the third one is gonna have some leaps. Like, you just gotta go with it.
Right.
But, like Hot Fuzz before it, and kind of like parts of Shaun of the Dead, there is not a wasted line or setup or visual gag that goes on in that movie that doesn't get paid off.
Okay.
Like, just having, like, them mention Aaron A. Aronson, and then that being the little boy Sergeant Angel rescues. When they say that someone's gonna get theirs at 3 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock the steeple falls down on the reporter. Like, there is, if you watch that movie, like, 3 times in a row, you would be like, oh shit, like, I know exactly what's gonna happen, you know, because they literally just said that.
Right.
In The World's End, are you gonna ever watch The World's End? Are you gonna give it another try?
Probably not.
There is a throwaway line that plots out the entire movie right in the beginning.
Okay.
Like, just the passing, like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and they say it so nonchalantly, but if you really, like, look at what they said, that's everything that happens. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I don't want to. I like it. It might be the weakest of the 3, but that's still pretty strong in my regard, in my opinion. But yeah, it definitely takes some leaps that are like, okay, I guess we're doing this now,
right?
Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and Jen was saying that Simon Pegg plays a better, kind of like a slacker, who's trying to get his life, kind of like a leading man sort of thing, and as opposed to this, like, super cop sort of like badass, which I understand.
I could see that.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a logic leap for her, but personally speaking, I think Hot Fuzz, I ranked it. It's my first 5-star movie I put on Letterboxd.
Wow.
Because I watched this thing with probably a grin on my face.
Okay.
Because I've seen it enough that I know what happens, and they reference it happening before it happens.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's just so...
Yeah, it's been a bit since I
dig
saw
that
Hot
shit.
Fuzz.
I dig that shit. You know, it's like when you see in Baby Driver when, like, the lyrics are written out on, like, graffiti or something like that when Baby's walking through the thing.
In the beginning,
yeah. When it's just like, oh, wow, that's so... Alright, that's clever.
Yeah.
I want to watch Space, too. Because I feel like that's...
That I actually did watch.
Yeah? What'd you think of that?
It's
like early now.
It's British.
So,
it's British comedy.
That's my one thing that's holding me back.
Yeah. That's the one thing.
Well, yeah, just my complete laziness is another, but the British stuff, the British humor, I'm not really too keen on. But what are you gonna do? Even though I like this, but you know,
go fig.
It's a little more palatable, I suppose.
Yeah. I like IT Crowd.
See, I never gave IT Crowd a shot. You know,
I gave it another shot. It was one of those things that I thought was going to be completely ruined for me.
Okay.
Due to people in my past.
Okay.
And
understandable.
No, it
that's good.
It wasn't. Like, I was
that's
like, oh
good.
shit, okay, good.
That is good. I also went on vacation last weekend. We watched a couple movies too, me and Jen. We watched, and I know your thoughts on this gentleman. We watched Howard Stern's Private Parts, which that sounds like a weird thing. He had a movie in 1997 called Private Parts. Mm-hmm. He had a book, autobiographical book, and this is the adaptation of that. Mm-hmm. I know your thoughts on Stern.
I like that movie, though.
The movie's fine, yeah. I thought it was perfectly fine. I thought it was, I think, like, Stern is a type of person that is fallible, and he will say such. Mm-hmm. He'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm a big piece of shit. I'm an ugly motherfucker. Yeah. You know? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you're not putting yourself in positions where you're like, oh, right, like his celebrity. Like, he's just like, yeah, good Lord, I'm lucky to have my wife, who's not his wife anymore, but whatever.
No, Beth.
No, this is the love interest isn't Beth.
Oh,
that's his first wife. But whatever, you know. So I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah. I watched it. It was enjoyable for what I watched.
I've seen it twice. I saw it once when it first came out, like on VHS.
Okay.
And then I saw it again, like 10 years later. So I think I'm up to a 10-year mark where I could watch it again.
Okay.
Like, I can only watch it, like, every 10 years.
I got you. Did I talk about a movie... I'm realizing I don't think I did.
It's not even on here.
I know, because I'm looking on my letterbox now. This movie's called They Came Together. Did I talk about that?
I'm sorry, what?
The movie's called They Came Together. This is a comedy, romantic comedy movie. I don't know, I'm sounding weird on that. It stars Amy Poehler and Paul Rudd. And, like, a cast of characters of that ilk. You know, like, Bill Hader's in the mix. Ellie Kemper's in the mix.
So Bobby Newport and Leslie Knope. Gotcha.
Exactly, yes. I think it's done by the dude who did Wet Hot American Summer. It is. I'm looking at that right now, which I've never seen. But, like, that's like an ensemble movie. Like, there's a whole bunch of people in it that you're like, oh, shit, I know this guy from that show, or whatever, this one, you know? This is a romantic comedy parody. It's like all the actors are they were told act like you're in a Hallmark movie, and it is quite funny because of just the caliber of
cheese.
Yes.
Okay.
And I love a good homage, especially when it's like nobody takes those fucking movies seriously. No. If you do, Nation, I apologize, but they're a little goofball.
What do you mean?
I know. But I thought this was very funny. It's like less than 90 minutes, so I threw it on, and it was just like, you really just gotta watch it and be like,
sure,
yeah, just let it wash over you.
Right,
like, I'm just like, yeah, this is stupid and dumb, and I like it. It's like, basically, Paul Rudd's character is that he's in it, he's a guy who works on Wall Street, but specifically, it's for a big, candy company, and...
Sweetums.
Well, yeah, kind of. And Leslie Knope, wow. Amy Poehler's character is, she runs a small, you know, like, non-profit, air quotes, candy shop, and, like, the big corporation's gotta, you know, squash the little one. But it's like a meet cute, but they kind of hate each other, so they're, like, dating, and it's like, how are they gonna work? You know, and, like, it's so stupid, but again, the caliber of actors and actresses in it kind of make it work. It was enjoyable for me. That's really all I want to talk about. What I saw personally, but we saw, and you might have mentioned this on the podcast earlier, Heretic.
Yes.
With Hugh Grant, Sophie Thatcher, and this other young lady whose name happens to be the name I'm about to say, which is Chloe East. Yep, that's her name.
Okay.
The two young ladies, they are members of the Church of Mormon, the Mormon Church, whatever. Yeah. The make believe one, and
which one?
Bingo. Case in point, they go to Hugh Grant's house. They try to talk him up about converting, and turns out Hugh Grant. This is a spoiler alert for Heretic. It's kind of like Religious Saw, where Hugh Grant has to question their morals and put them in perilous situations to basically kind of find out what the one true religion is, which he already knew. I don't know. We thought there were some logic leaps. Jen and I saw this last night.
Yeah, I honestly thought they're like parishioner, like the guy that they were trying to get in contact with, who was Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, yes.
Which did not realize it was Topher. Did not look like him.
It took me like his second scene, and he's not in it often. But
but I thought
you see him once, and you're like, huh, and then you see him again, you're like, oh, that's Topher Grace.
I honestly thought he had something to do with Hugh Grant. Well, I was like, this guy.
Yeah, you know what? Kind of so did I, but like I was See, I was the trailer was really good. It made it seem like, ooh, this is going to be like, what do we got coming here? You know what I mean? And about the first third, we were in. You know, because it was very tense. Like you said, I think it's very well written. I think the acting from everyone involved was very good. I think Sophie Thatcher has such an unnerved face at all times. She's great in Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
She's like the best part of the younger cast.
Gotcha.
She's great. But once it started getting into like a more like, all right, now we're gonna dip it into the horror book. I was like, even like I felt like the actors were like, shouldn't you be more scared of what's going on?
Right.
Like, I guess we're not acting like this is a horror movie. We're trying to make this like it's like a testing your faith, religious, questioning movie.
Right. Would you like to play a game?
That's honestly what it's meant to be. Like, I thought, I'm like, oh, are we gonna get 3 rooms? We didn't get 3 rooms. We got 1 room, and then like just multiple things happened in the same room. Yeah. There was some debate afterwards as far as like what really happened. You know what I mean? Which is kind of the whole point of the movie. Like what is belief? What is real? Which I liked. Could have used more of it than body swapping and stuff. What do you think, Tommy?
Fuck. God, you're taking me back to this.
Well, you so you are not a religious person per se. Did anyone you watch it with is a religious person? Okay.
I mean, we've all studied.
Yeah, no, I got you. Because I know your sister-in-law has a different background, so, like, I don't know if she had a different upbringing. I don't even know her deal. She's as religious as you guys.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
I don't know if she had more of a religious past.
But we enjoy religious horror.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, it's a good genre.
I mean, you gotta realize, like, there are there are a lot of horror stories in the Bible. Like,
right. What a fun book, everybody! Yeah. Good book.
Greatest piece of fiction ever.
Yeah, sure is.
Waiting for that lightning bolt to hit. Bing. It was like there is no one true religion. Plain and simple. Like, it's whatever you think it is.
Which is really what that was enforcing. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
I feel like the movie tried to be smarter than it was.
I could see that.
Because I feel like it really could have asked some questions, but then like at a certain point you're like, okay, what are we doing now? You know what I mean? Like, you had me in the first half, and then I was like, But again, great acting.
Yeah.
Very suspenseful. Story was a little wonky, but hey, whatever. You know, I get what I get. The acting and the writing, I think, were very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Just the whole premise of it.
And the premise was good, too. Yeah. Maybe the execution, not so much.
That's why
from our perspective, you know what I mean? But again, we don't really delve into that too much. So if you might have seen other religious horror movies that were better or worse, so you have a metric to put it against.
Right, yeah.
Whereas we don't, so we're like,
Where would you put it, like... Because, like, you've watched The Exorcist.
Oh, The Exorcist is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Exorcist is way better. That is religious horror. This is like religious thriller or something. Like, I wouldn't call... Would you call Seven a horror movie? Would you call it a thriller?
It's a thriller.
That's why I would say this is more of a thriller.
Yeah, no, I could agree.
Yeah, like, I think you need to cross a line to get in horror. You might put horror into a big umbrella and have thriller in it.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Then you gotta, like... You know, then you have those rules to go with. Mm-hmm. But that's only my own definition. Much like religion, everybody. Yay! Brought it back around.
Look at that.
Yay! Good for us.
I'll tell you a horror movie we're going to definitely be watching together when I pick it up, though. Well, I talked about it last episode. Fucking Sinners. We're definitely watching that shit.
Is Sinners a horror movie? Or... I don't know. Is Sinners... It is? Okay. Thank you. I didn't know if it was... Because, I mean, I know what it's about. I just didn't know...
It has horror aspects. It's fucking good. Like, definitely, I think you'll enjoy that one a little bit more than Heretic. At least I hope you do. Because right now that has... For me, that's up there for movie of the year.
Heretic?
No, Sinners.
Oh, Sinners. Yes.
Sinners definitely has movie of the year.
Gotcha.
I think next week or in 2 weeks it comes out on digital, but I plan on buying it physical.
Yeah. Buy it physical, baby.
Absolutely. Which, the only place you could really get physical media lately is Walmart.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you gotta buy online, I suppose. Which is what I do.
Yeah. I go into the stores.
Yeah, but you're going into Walmart, though.
Yeah, and it's like I've said about Walmart, is like, I've started shopping at Walmart since I've stopped shopping at Target, because Walmart is at least a scumbag up, like up,
they'll say it to your face.
like up in your face. Like, yeah, look, we're scum. Target tried to be like, oh, look, we're
still cool.
We're not like Walmart. And then when the when Taco came into power, he and DEI, they're like, yep, nope, not doing anything. Which, love the fact that the boycott for Target is working, because
that's good.
They have 15% less foot traffic.
Okay.
And a lot of the higher ups had to take pay cuts.
Jesus.
And I'm like, good, fuck you guys. But yeah, at least, like I said, Walmart is at least scum to your face.
I guess. I mean, that's a good way to. I mean, that's a way to look at it, Tom. If that's how, listen, if that's how you want to buy your physical media, that's fine. I mean, I'm giving it to
You're giving it to
Jeff Bezos. So
you're giving it to someone so much worse.
Listen, it's all going to Israel, so it doesn't matter. Tommy, tell me about speaking of a thing you can't buy in a major big box retailer, or maybe you did. Tell me a little bit about Heroes of Barcadia.
Oh, I got this at Barnes & Noble.
Okay, I'll give them that. Okay. I don't know their deal, but fine.
Hey, they're the only bookstore
in
the game. So, Heroes of Barcadia. It is a dungeon crawler drinking game.
Okay.
So each character has an ability. Each character has their own cup.
Okay.
It has the the hit points on the cup.
Okay.
So say you get hit for 10 hit points.
Okay.
You have to drink down to, I think it's like 60 is like the
on the glass.
On the glass.
Gotcha.
You have to drink down to 50.
Okay. Jesus.
You can have this thing called thirst aids, where you can refill your glass up to 20 hit points, 10 hit points. There are cards that give you abilities. The object of the game is for you to find the drink hoard.
The drink hoard.
Yeah.
Okay.
He stole all the treasure.
Okay.
So you have to find him, and you have to defeat him.
Okay.
But each of the tiles are there could be monsters, there could be treasure. The monsters' names are very punny, like Jaeger Monster.
You were telling me about these. I am a big fan of these.
Yeah, very punny.
Right.
There's a character that you could play as Cynthia. She's a necromixer.
How is Cynthia spelled?
Sin.
Oh, so like sin.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
There's the Sir Drink-A-Lot. He's one of the characters you could play as. So pretty much what it is, everyone that you're playing with gets a character. All those characters have special abilities.
Okay.
You can also duel characters. So if you're at one tile and I'm at another tile and I want to get ahead of you, you and I can duel.
So it is kind of player versus player?
It is, but it is when you want to duel.
Okay.
And then you can only fight the drink hoard.
Okay.
Drink hoarder when you have 3 power-ups.
Okay.
They're a power-up card, so you can only fight him when there are 3. And every character also has a D20.
Okay.
So this way you roll against, the monster.
Okay.
And you build, everyone gets a stack of the tiles, and the tiles are really cool because they're in the shape of coasters.
Okay. Nice.
Everyone gets them, and at the beginning of the game, you build the dungeon together. So
Jesus Christ! So there's okay.
So okay, say these are the tiles.
They expect you to remember all of this whilst drinking?
It's such a simple...
I don't remember it now.
It's such a simple game because of...
you drinking for that. And you're like, alright.
And you can play without alcohol.
Right.
There's this one... as we're trying to be good
as
boys.
We're being sober, yes. As we're not sober life.
There's this one ability called Fireball.
Okay. Right, you tell me about that.
You have to drink down to 10. And now, my brother was just like...
And what's the top again? I'm sorry, what's the max?
60, I believe.
60.
Because it just says full HP at the top.
60.
It says full HP, and then the next number is 50.
Okay, so alright.
So
60 is...
And then there's like a dotted line between each number. That's like the 5.
Okay, gotcha.
But like we were saying, like, oh, okay, well, you can either drink down to 10, or take a shot of Fireball, and it's like, what do you want to do?
Right, yeah,
like,
that's pretty good. I like that.
Like,
that's some burial cards.
We were already coming up with house rules.
Can you share one of these secret house rules for us?
I just
have
did.
one.
The
fireball one. Oh shit! Okay,
I just did.
Oh shit! Because I'm like, that's fucking good. All right, I give you guys credit. That's great.
So and there's a handful of blank cards that you can write different things you can write things on.
Right, it's
a fun, and then there's another $30 set that I think comes with 4 more characters.
Okay,
so you can have a lot of people playing.
Now there needs to be a carrying case, though. You know what I mean? There's got to be like a nice, smooth leather carrying case out there. You know what I mean? Instead of we just slap everything in the box and then
right now I just have but the box is so light.
It's nice.
Yeah,
because we're dealing with glasses here.
Not plastic cups.
All right, we're dealing with plastic cups.
They were smart.
They're sturdy.
Yeah, pretty sturdy.
Okay.
From what I've I've washed them. I mean, I would not put these in the dishwasher.
No, yeah, because they would probably get all scratched up and shit.
Exactly. Fun fucking game. I definitely look forward to playing with it with you.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, my sister-in-law, she played with she played with Diet Coke.
Okay.
You know, and honestly, you go through about 2 to 2.5 beers.
Okay.
A game.
Okay.
Depending on how the thirst aid,
right?
Because there's a 10
thirst aid.
Yeah, there's a 10 that it lets you fill up to 10 more, and then there's the one that lets you fill up to 20. So it's like, yeah, you go through stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, my brother at one point was just like, yeah, let's fill hourglass stuff for James. And I was like, fuck no,
God.
Good God,
walking the plank.
Like you might as well just kill yourself right there.
There you go.
But yeah, Heroes of Arcadia, this game popped up on one of my feeds once.
Yeah, it's around,
and I was just like, that actually looks a lot of fucking fun.
You know what's funny? It reminds me of a game. I thought maybe I fucking kickstarted or something. I don't know, or maybe I follow things on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I gotta remember to pick that up, and I never fucking do. So I don't know what I do with my life. I think it's called Not Enough Mana.
I've seen that one too, yeah.
So I follow him, but am I following him because I ordered it, or
are you just following them?
Am I following just because I followed him? I don't know what I do. I don't know. Because I'll buy it and I'll put it away.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I did with it.
Yeah, I mean...
So anyway.
I mean, next time, me, you, and your girlfriend hang out, we can play it. Like I said, like, play with some Arizonas. And
yeah. I'm down.
It's a fun... And it's really, like, because how the glass is, it's like, it's a cup, and then there's, like, it's hard to explain, like, condensation won't get on... Like, the way the cup is designed, condensation won't get onto the bottom of the glass.
Oh, okay, good.
Which is nice. Wow, I mean, it's still gonna happen, because if you're playing in a warm place...
Yeah, of course, that just happens.
But,
that's just science.
It has this thing called the Sword of Reveal, and we're going crazy trying to figure out what the fuck to do with this thing. And it's a sword with a suction cup. You take the pieces of the dungeon, and you go like this.
Uh-huh.
So this, because they're all, they're supposed to be connected rooms.
Okay, sure.
So it's like, instead of like, oh, let me just move that so this way I could flip that card.
Okay.
You just take
so
it, you go,
suction
boop.
it, and then boop. Okay.
But it suctions through the card, like, wish the cards were a little thicker. Okay. Because it suctions through them and it gets stuck onto the table.
Oh, boy. All right.
But yeah, it's like, it's a lot, like I said, a lot of fun.
Right.
Good laughs, so.
I'm down for some laughs. I'm down for some fun.
A lot of,
I like laughs and fun.
It's a lot of like, hey, I'm going to do this just to fuck with you.
Right.
But yeah, Heroes of Arcadia.
Nice.
Very good game.
You know what else was a good game?
What?
That I've been digging on. That you saw me dig on a little bit. Doom: The Dark Ages.
Yeah, that game's fucking wild.
Yeah, so I played, it came out on Game Pass, a few weeks ago, and, it's a new release. And, we talked a little bit about the original Doom, 1993, I believe. And that game is a whole lot of shooting and wandering. And much like other Dooms of that ilk, this is a lot of shooting and wandering. Like, Tom watched me wander a whole map for 20 extra minutes to try to get collectibles.
Yeah, but it was actually giving you, like, a compass to be like, hey, go
that way, idiot.
This is the way you go to progress the story, which I like.
Yeah, because the original Doom did not fucking have that.
No.
My history with, I liked Doom 2016. I think I played that on PS4 or something like that, and then I played Doom Eternal on Game Pass, and didn't like that so much. It was a little bit of a technical messy. Maybe because it was on Game Pass, I don't know. Like, literally, there was, like, this invisible walkway I was supposed to take, and I wouldn't have known, because, you know why? Because it was invisible. And I'm just like, oh, I guess I go this way. Cool. Anyway, but this is fun. This is, like, some heavy metal fucking shit,
Dark fantasy.
I can't tell you what the fuck's going on. I know the Doomslayer wants to kill demons. Seems to be his motivation.
That's his name, Doomslayer?
Yeah.
I thought it was Doom Guy.
Well, I think the Doom Guy is from the Doom 2016. And now he's known as the Doomslayer. Because hell's involved, and space aliens, and the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages.
Right.
It's very confusing. The level I did before, the one you saw me on, I was riding a dinosaur with laser wings.
I missed it.
And flying around. It's like, yes, thank you, video game. I do want this. Yeah. Like, this is cool.
It's like that cartoon Dino Riders.
It's a little bit like Dino Riders, but it was like, yeah, Doom, thank you. I'll take this, you know what I mean? What's going on? Couldn't tell you.
Yep.
I have to get some sort of thing from some sort of demon, and the aliens don't want to work with the humans. I don't really know. A lot of biblical stuff, I guess, if the aliens are angels, and the demons are the devils, and
the humans are
purgatory.
the humans.
Yeah. Bringing it back. I'm also playing, because I'm trying to wipe as much slate clean before the Switch 2 comes into my hands, is Xenoblade Chronicles X. I finally got my robot, because that's a big part of the game, is that you get your own mech suit, and you fight bigger monsters, or animals. They're not monsters, they're animals. I'm working my way into that. It is kind of like it's an open world RPG, and it's just a lot of like, go to this mission. Alright, cool. Could you tell me what's going on in this? I don't really know either.
Right.
You know, it's just like, it's entertaining. I'm entertained.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
Because I watched you play a level or so of that.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, I came by and you were in the process of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of go do this thing,
right.
Go get that thing, go help this person out, go collect these things. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm okay with that. Just like, go do a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Square, right?
This is Nintendo. This is Monolith Soft. This is the same people who did the Xenoblade games and Xenogears and there was Gears. What was the other one?
Chronicles.
No, Xenoblade was... I don't remember. Maybe they were both Xenogears? Who knows? Nobody knows. But this is like kind of their style ever since Xenoblade
Chronicles.
Chronicles, thank you. that came out for Wii, which I enjoyed.
Right.
You know what I mean? I thought it was. You did not. Which, because I feel like that's, and I feel like I bring this up every single time.
I know.
I feel like that's how MMOs are. Are they not?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, again, I
wouldn't tell me. I don't know how MMOs are.
I was playing that before MMOs.
Uh-huh.
Before I started playing MMOs. So
okay.
I don't recall how it was.
Right.
So
okay.
Maybe I'd have to dip into it again.
Right.
Did they release that for the Switch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the Xenoblades are out on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yes. They're all out there, baby.
Oh.
But Switch 2 will be in my hands, hopefully sooner than later, if Target wants to get their fucking shit straight and fucking send it to me ASAP.
They probably
my
won't.
bank won't fuck me over in the last goddamn minute.
Oh, well, Target is pieces of shit.
Target is pieces of shit. You're right.
Not your friends.
It's my fault. But it's a means to an end. I can't go to any. I don't even know if you can go to a mom and pop store and pick up a Switch 2. I'm not gonna lie. I really have no idea.
And GameStops are fucking going away.
Well, I mean, GameStop sucks dick regardless. Like, don't get me wrong, they're trying their best, but like, you're also buying a Bitcoin or some shit.
Is the one in Nassau Mall still open?
I thought you said that. Yeah. The Nassau Mall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wasn't I just there too?
Because I know the one by me on Deer Park Avenue closed.
The one by the PetSmart or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's out.
Kind of stink. Oh, the one across from where Sunrise Mall used to be is still there.
That I'm surprised.
That's the one I was still by. That's the one I drove by.
You just think GameStop sucks because they caught on to our bullshit.
No, GameStop stinks for a multitude of reasons. They kind of gave up the goose with the whole video game stuff when they started selling Funko Pops and nothing else.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, "Oh, we're actually we do love gamers. We're for the gamers." Like, get the fuck over yourself. Anywho, last but not least, Kami, we have been doing, and and to my own admission, I need to pick it back up. But the RudeBoyz book club is still Frank Miller's Daredevil run. But you're doing a little bit of a
side quest,
extracurricular, if you will.
Yes.
So you're reading the Chip Zdarsky run.
Yes.
So tell me a little about the Chip Zdarsky run, because I enjoyed reading it.
Yes.
I read it all the way from the start to Devil's Reign.
Right.
And I didn't read anything past that. Oh,
Nope.
Say less. All right.
Shut up.
Anyway, no.
Give me a fucking minute. So it starts with like Matt Murdock is picking up some fucking chick in a bar, or he's drinking.
As he does.
He's drinking at a bar.
Okay.
And because he's no longer a lawyer,
right? Because of the end of who wrote it? Who was writing Daredevil prior to that?
Brubaker? Brubaker or Wade? One of the two.
One of the two.
So he's no longer a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
This girl starts talking him up, and well, there we go.
Yep. Say less.
And then he's a little more brutal as Daredevil right now. He's taking things a little more to the end, like definitely not holding back as much. He accidentally kills somebody with his billy club.
Yes, okay.
Like hits him, or he trips him, and like the kid, like the young man, like falls back against a brick wall. They also this is where they also introduce Cole North.
Right. Yes.
Who I feel like in Born Again they kind of did a little dirty.
Yeah, he's
nothing like
his arc. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But so far,
no,
correct.
He got killed.
I thought he got knocked out. I thought. Spoiler alert for Born Again. I thought Daredevil stopped Punisher from killing him specifically.
Yeah, but I think he was still in the building when it blew up.
Oh yeah, it did blow up.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
True. Punisher is involved. I really do like the whole, like, how Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Danny Rand kind of came to his, like, Daredevil's aid, and like, dude, you need to calm down.
Yep.
And then he's just like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and he ends up escaping.
Right.
I'm like, guys, really? Like, no one fucking decided to go with him?
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man's the one that just goes to him and he's just like, you're done.
Yeah.
And if you're going to put the mask back on, we're going to stop you. My brother's just like, well, Spider-Man is the last person to say that. And I'm like, why? He's like, Gwen Stacy. I was like, dude, she was already dead. She was already dead on the roof, on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Can you repeat your point one more time again? I'm sorry. I want to try rapping. So your brother said Spider-Man is the last being a hypocrite for... what was the line again?
Pretty much him, Spider-Man telling Daredevil he's done. That
right, because he took a life.
Yes.
Right.
And just with how he's been acting.
Well, with all due respect.
That more lives will be getting taken.
Right.
So...
that's not... Okay, well...
So this...
I
agree with Spider-Man.
No, I think that Daredevil... I mean, don't get me wrong, yes. Once... It's the same thing with Batman. Batman thinks that, once he crosses that line, right, it's over.
Batman, yes, because he's a psychopath.
But that's whole superhero balance. Right. You know what I mean? That's why some are okay with taking lives and some are not. And the few times death has surrounded Spider-Man, whether it is... on accident, or the byproduct of his
not doing
action
anything.
Or whatever. Like,
or
I mean, you could even say like a George Stacy. Like he died as a result of. I mean, he kind of went in to save a kid, but it was a result of a Spider-Man battle. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, those things weigh on him. Whereas Daredevil was more directly involved in this kid's death. He wasn't like kill, but like
he's been punishing himself.
Well, that's
so like Catholic guilt. So then you also find Daredevil is also a parole officer now,
right? Yes.
And one of his parolees is the brother of the kid that he fucking murdered.
Right. Yes. Okay.
So then I don't know. The cops aren't coming to Hell's Kitchen,
right? Because there's some fucking shit.
Hammerhead just got fucking killed.
Right.
Which I'm sure he's not dead.
I don't really remember.
Daredevil and Elektra is working together. Elektra ended up taking $1 billion from the heist that they did. But they also ended up giving a shit ton of money to small businesses.
Yeah.
Matt Murdock got some of that money because his law firm was still in Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
And he gave the money to the mother, and the mother and the parolee knows that
right.
Matt Murdock is Daredevil,
right?
And the mom and the mom's just like, I forgive you, and he didn't know what to do with that shit. But of course, he's not happy that Elektra took some of the money. I'm like,
well, yeah, of course.
But I think they end up creating the Fist. To fight the Hand or some shit.
I think that's what ends up happening.
Yeah,
post Devil's Reign.
That's like the end
of Zdarsky's run.
The end game,
right?
Yeah, and Elektra's still running around as Daredevil because she showed
currently.
She showed
that's
up.
A fucking sick design, man.
That's such a good design.
That's great. Keep doing that.
I mean, she doesn't have that design yet.
In how you're reading it now.
Yeah. She just has her normal Elektra
gear.
Right. He's running around in the black outfit.
Like the Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's sad.
Foggy's not happy that he's Daredevil. That he's going back out.
Right.
Yeah. When Daredevil.
So what about the Fisk stuff?
Fisk.
Talk to me a little bit about the Fisk stuff. Fisk, that's a good. I want to know where you're at there.
Fisk is more or less now working for the Stormwinds.
Those are the socialites, right?
Yeah.
He is mayor.
He's mayor. Right, okay. He killed one of their friends.
In the house?
Okay,
yeah. Okay, I didn't want to...
Yep.
You were telling me about it, and I'm like, is this the one? Yeah.
Right now, Kingpin's been fairly quiet where I where I am, so I'm like, quiet Kingpin's never a good thing.
Yes, correct.
But like I was going to say, when Matt is wearing black, he's sad.
Yes.
When Spider-Man's wearing black, run.
Well, I think a little bit of both. You know what I mean? I think it's definitely more of an aggressive aggressive side from both heroes.
When Spider-Man's not talking, run.
Oh, yeah, when he's not quipping,
yeah.
That's a problem.
You might as well just kiss your ass goodbye.
Seriously.
But yeah, so, yeah, the last thing I read was, like, the mother forgiving.
Okay.
That, so.
Nice. Dude, the Zdarsky run is fantastic.
Zdarsky's really good. I swear to God, if you bring up fucking Howard the Duck somehow, I'm gonna fucking...
Somehow Zdarsky has such a way to write... Spider-Man Life Story, fantastic.
That was really good.
His Daredevil stuff, fantastic.
Did he do a Fantastic Four?
I don't know if he did Life Story. There is a Fantastic Four Life Story. I don't know if Zdarsky did it, or if it was another writer of that ilk. Avengers Twilight, he did.
Yeah, Avengers Twilight was really good. He
puts out some great fucking stuff, and he is fucking funny, too, man. Like, his YouTube videos, absolutely hilarious. The other thing he did, which I won't bring up, very fun. But yeah, and now he's going to be writing Batman and Deadpool for Marvel. So I'm very excited for that. And I'm very excited to hear what you say about more of the Zdarsky.
I knew
stuff.
I would.
Was that the first thing? Minus the Spider-Man? I think the Spider-Man was the first Zdarsky stuff I read. So
Mark Russell.
He wrote Fantastic Four Life Story. I read that, and I was like, all right. Like, Spider-Man's our boy. So I'm like,
Fantastic Four is a very hit or miss. I don't know. Fantastic Four is very hit or miss of, like, yeah, it's really good. Like, or it's like, oh my god, fucking Fantastic Four. Like, Hickman's Fantastic Four was good.
Right. I'm sure there's great runs of every comic, I'd imagine, right? Like, I can't imagine one comic that is, it can't be successful if it's a big fucking stinker. You know, and Daredevil has had some great, well, I mean, I'll say this right now.
I don't know how Youngblood...
People do not like these runs of Spider-Man, but he sells. You know what I mean? Like, even people are saying, like, man, Slott stuff, woof. I think ever since Straczynski, outside of Sins Past and One More Day, or Brand New Day, which it wasn't really his call, people were like, yikes. Yeah. Well, no, people were like, what a great run.
Yeah.
And then, like, say what you will about Slott and Spider-Verse and Spider Island and stuff like that, which I thought was fun and enjoyable, but people were like, ugh, it was not great. Like, you're not going to get, I don't think you're ever going to get art from a Spider-Man run, Amazing Spider-Man.
Right, yeah.
Because it's going to sell and people don't want to fucking upset the apple cart.
I would like to see what Zdarsky could do with an Amazing Spider-Man run.
Well, he did do a Spectacular Spider-Man run.
Oh, he did?
He did have a bit of a run. I like when they're like... Because nobody will touch Amazing Spider-Man, apparently. They'll just be like, it's going to sell, whatever. Why don't you write this book? That might not sell.
Right.
And they'll do that. They'll, like, do, like, the Tom Taylor Spider-Man book, which was fun. I liked that. Because that whole book was basically just given to McFarlane. And just like, here, you do your thing. And then he went away. But then, like, they'll do that for Zdarsky. He'll be like, oh, here, you can dust off Spectacular Spider-Man and you have a run.
So, as much as I like Zdarsky, I don't think I could see him doing, like, a team book. Like, yes, he did Avengers Twilight.
Yeah.
But I don't...
But those were individual...
I don't think I could see him doing a run on, like, X-Men.
Because
he definitely seems like a
one character.
Yeah,
kind of I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there's multiple characters in these books, but I understand what you mean. There's like a team dynamic.
Main central character.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's no main central character of X-Men.
I will tell you that my biggest gripe with Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man run is that he gives everybody the same voice.
Yes.
Because he uses the same slang and the same verbiage to everybody.
Yeah.
Pages removed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2 pages later, this guy said the same phrase. And I was like, okay, why? Because it's one guy writing a thing. Right. I understand. And it takes a lot for, like, Jonathan Hickman, when I read his the House and Powers, to give those very standout characters their own unique voice, and feel like oh, this is true to those characters. You know what I mean? At least their voice. Like, whatever you want to do with those characters is one thing, but, like, to have that voice is pretty good.
I just feel X-Men, for Hickman, might have been too big of an undertaking after coming off, like, Fantastic Four, where you're only having to deal with 4...
Well, I mean, Secret Wars, he broke. Oh, I put the omnibus upstairs. It's been there for months. It's upstairs now. Secret Wars,
That's
you know?
right.
Like, he wrote all of that, and now he's writing Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's so
And Ultimates? I think he's writing something else in that. I know he's writing Ultimate Spider-Man, but I feel like he had a other hand in...
dude, you're gonna dig this Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, no, I want the first... It's so the Peter David stuff I was talking about earlier. It's only 5 issues each.
Okay,
so that annoys me. But there's 5 volumes, so
right.
I'm like, all right, that's not that big of a pill to swallow.
Yeah,
but like, just give me one book that has it all. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm waiting on, because now the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff is kind of just trickling out.
Yeah, right now
I would love a new Ultimate Universe Omni, which gives me everything. I know, but I want to read it. I don't want to buy it.
I dropped one of the Ultimate books that Ultimate X-Men.
I heard that's a little tough to get into.
It's not good.
Okay, there you go.
The art's great.
Yeah.
Peach. Peach. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Peach. Peachy. Here we go.
Momoko.
Momoko.
The art's great.
Yes.
But she also writes it. She's not a very good writer.
Okay.
Ultimates is pretty good.
Ultimates I heard is pretty good.
Ultimate Black Panther is good.
Okay.
Ultimate Wolverine has finally... Ultimate Wolverine is so fucking brutal.
Is it?
Yeah. Dude, I just let me give you the login to my...
No, see, I'm not going to get around to it. I appreciate it, but it's going to be a waste. I hate to say it. Just
read it on the train.
Dude, I got, like, Rise of the Golden Idol play. I got things going on, man. And I don't. You know what I mean? I'm a big fucking slacker who's a disappointment to everybody.
You're not a disappointment. Just get your shit together.
Yeah, well, story of my life. And on that note, RudeNation, thank you for joining us for episode 182.
Well, hold on.
Oh, is there something else?
We have a question for the
RudeNation.
No,
this was part of the outro.
Okay, I don't know. You were like...
I know. I gotta get a structure back. I'm sorry. I think our loosey-goosey era is also ending. So, yes, we gotta get a better structure. But thank you, Nation, for joining us. Yes, Tommy, we do have a question now for the RudeNation. So, as we spoke about earlier, we are going to be blessed in the coming months with a brand new DC and Marvel crossover featuring Batman and Deadpool. So, Tommy, pose the question.
Our question to you, RudeNation, is what Marvel DC crossovers would the RudeNation like to see?
I would like to even open this up as if you want a live action crossover. Let us know. Would you like to see a Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale? You know, like a...
I don't like that.
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with something. I'm sorry. You know,
stick it to comics.
All right, fine. Stick it to comics. Fine. Comics aren't everybody's strong suit. That's all I'm trying. I was just trying to open it up like that.
Google it.
You know what, Nation? That's right. Get fucked. Google it. Yes. What sort of comic book crossovers would you like between Marvel and DC? It could have happened already. It doesn't have to be a brand new crossover. You could say, like, I want to see this or that, and if it exists, it exists. And if not, you could be like, you know, well, Spider-Man and Superman, they teamed up, but, like, in the fucking 80s.
Right.
So what about now? You know what I mean?
Well, what would you like to see?
I was thinking we save that for next episode.
Okay, fine.
You know? Why, did you already have an answer?
I had several answers.
I believe it. But we don't want to bury the lead. We're going to share our answers with the nation when the nation likes to share their answers, or it just might be us talking. Who knows?
Much like it always is.
There you go.
And we'll put this question up in our Discord.
Yep. Yeah, when the episode goes live, Tuesday Rude Day.
We know not everyone listens.
This is true. But We do thank you for listening.
Yes.
And this is part of our outro now. And Tommy did mention our Discord. And that Discord address is bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord. And we do want you to join that. We do want you to get involved in the conversations. We got a RudeBoyz Top 10 also coming up, which I don't know if that's settled. Is it settled? Do we have it?
I was doing it during this.
So we got a RudeBoyz Top 10 for next month that we're going to reach out for, because that's already done and locked in, and we're going to record that. But get involved in the RudeNation Discord, bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord. We're also on social media, on all the apps and all the zerts, on everything. Instagram.com.
What the fuck is a zert?
Well, apps, appetizers, dessert, zerts. That's why I said apps and zerts. Tom hates it. Instagram.
Now you're a disappointment.
Instagram.com. That's the title.
Now you're a disappointment.
Instagram.com/RudeBoyz469. I cannot operate my phone
and talk at the same time.
Things at the same time. Because you know why? Because now I'm a disappointment. Disappointment. Great audio. Discontinent. What the fuck? Can you fix that, please, while I do the outro?
Okay.
It's in the Word doc. We also have a ton of social media out there. Just go to our link tree, linktr.ee/RudeBoyz. Check that out. We've been on a technical hiatus from our Twitch streaming. We're going to try to get in on that. We don't know.
I was putting out you're a disability.
See, autocorrect, right? Like, it got the best of me.
I don't know why you made me put now you're a disability.
I don't know why you've been typing disability a lot. That your phone's like, no, this is what you wanted to say. Yeah, so we got all our social media stuff. We're trying to get back into Twitch streaming, but we've just been having technical hurdle after technical hurdle, so it's really kind of taking the wind out of our cyber sails, if you will. But it's out there. In addition to being out there, we would love to hear from you, and we would love for you to rate us on your podcast platform of choice. And like we usually do, by usually I mean only once or twice because I always forget because I'm usually drunk by this time. I want to reach out. If you do, give us a review. Give us whatever. Give us a star. I don't give a fuck. You review us, write a little blurb, screenshot that shit, DM it to us on Instagram or on our Discord, and we're going to give you a shout out on air. All right, we might have a voice. We might have a member of the Rude Brood come out of the woodworks and give you a shout out.
I'll say my show.
Wow, that's a fucking blast from the past. Oh, and his sidekick Tim Allen, Tim the Toolman Taylor. That's a fucking deep cut, nation.
That whole origin story.
That was a one shot of all one shots, and we went nuts, and then we stopped.
I don't know.
That's how we go.
I still think my best one shot I did was
Don't say the Alex Hammer stuff.
Yes!
God damn it.
Because I did it, and it wasn't on recording.
But see, the problem is you remember that one. The stuff with Chauncey, we don't remember. That's the thing what makes it funny. That's like the legend of Chauncey.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Chauncey's like the X-Men Forget-Me-Not.
Chauncey literally is a Black Ops guy, because he comes out once, and then we forget all about him. So, but that's how it is, Nation, and that is the
God's work.
Episode of the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus. We will see you next time. That's it. Goodbye.
Bye. This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.